So I don't know how many of you have found one of technology's true gems, the Ember mug. We are a household that thrives and lives on coffee, and a couple of years ago we found this. I gave my wife one of these mugs for Christmas, and if you don't know what it is, it's basically a mug with a heater in it. It's battery powered and it charges on this charging saucer, and it lasts a little over an hour. And what it does is you can go in the app on your phone and you can set your temperature. You can set the color of the LED to differentiate whose mug is whose. And it holds your coffee nice and hot for quite a long time. You should be able to finish your cup of coffee by the time it runs out of battery. And they are fantastic. But they have one flaw. These stupid charging saucers. You can see there's two little pins on there that make contact with the bottom of the mug. And if you have hard water like us, or you use a lot of soap when you're washing and you don't dry the bottom of the mug off real well, what happens is these pins start to accumulate crud. And then one pin gets stuck down and then the mug won't charge, rendering your over $100 mug useless. Now sometimes they'll warranty these things, sometimes they won't. It's very frustrating. I think they get like 30 bucks a pop for these things. We've bought several. And so that's been the only real downside to the experience with Ember. So today I want to show you a quick solution if you're running into the same problem of how to fix the pins falling down. You know, it's not a permanent solution, but it'll get you back working. You can do this a few times at least, and before you have to purchase another charging saucer. Now, if it's under a year, they will warranty them. So I say do that first and get Ember to send you a new one. They are pretty responsive and their customer support is pretty good. So you don't need much to do this. Basically what you're gonna wanna get yourself is, and these are beat up, so pardon them, is a brass wire brush. So there's typically two types of wire brushes. There's steel wire brushes and brass. And the difference is that the brass is a softer metal. And you can see that it's not as abrasive. It won't do as much damage. It'll still scratch things and still really get into grooves and get material out, but it won't do the same amount of damage that a steel brush will do. So get a brass brush and use the brass brush. And I'm gonna show you what we're gonna do. One thing you wanna do before you get going is either unplug it first, because if you try to do this plugged in, you're gonna get a nice little spark there between the two pins when you touch it with a metal brush. Second, either grab a pair of needle nose pliers or if your fingernails, whatever, and pull that pin up that's recessed as far as you can. Pull it all the way up so that it's just about even with the other one. And I found that one of them, usually the inner one, is slightly lower to begin with than the outer one. But get that all the way up so that when you brush it, you can get all the edges. So all we're gonna do is take our brass brush and gently, with not a lot of force, we're gonna kind of use a circular motion around the pins. You really wanna hit them from every angle. Don't be too aggressive because you'll end up scratching all the coating off of the disc, or the saucer rather. Change your angles a few times. Try to get in there really good. And then when you're done, a little bit of isopropyl alcohol on a paper towel. Wipe it down really well. And if it didn't get it completely the first time, do it again after you've wiped it. Because what you want to do is you want to get up all the buildup that's accumulated along the edge of this pin and scrape it off so that when the pin gets depressed, that buildup ends up catching on the edge of the hole that the pin sits in and keeps the pin down. So you want to try to get as much of that stuff out as possible. You can wipe it again. can see it will spring back up and not get stuck down. And that's it. It's as simple as that. You know, it should take you no longer than 5 minutes. It should get the mug working again. You'll enjoy your nice cup of hot coffee in the morning, especially these cold winter mornings. So if you've never heard of Ember and you're interested, I'll leave a link below in the description if you want to check one out. And happy coffee drinking. Talk to you next time.